Hey guys, Mike here, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a 1 year after review of the XRocker gaming chair. Now this is the XRocker H3 4.1 surround sound edition, and this is the one without the pedestal. And this is a video that I'm going to be covering a lot of the questions that I got in my previous videos on this chair. So after a year, almost everything starts to show its age, and this is especially true with something like a chair that I personally use every day. Now, as you can see already, you can see my butt print, and that's because I've sat on this chair, and yeah, it's gonna happen no matter what. But if you've watched my previous video about the chair, the 1 month after review, you can see that pretty much not much has changed. The structural integrity of the chair has stayed the same, nothing about it has broken, nothing about it has chipped off really, and visibly it looks exactly the same. And I can say that this is actually a good thing. This chair has held up very well, and aside for minor imperfections like the scratches on the side that you can see, it has stayed in fair condition. And yeah, I personally think that this is a good thing for XRocker. Now in my review of the chair, I actually said that the clip on the back didn't work, and I got a few people saying how I can fix this and what I was doing wrong. But in here you can see that I'm demonstrating it just doesn't work, and believe me, this is not a problem for me because I don't keep the chair up all the time. I fold it down quite often, but the pin just simply does not work, and I'm just trying to show that here because I got a lot of questions about that in the last video. And what I just do is I fold down the Velcro like this. Now on the side here we can see the actual inputs, and the red and white cables, I actually can't use that anymore because one of the metal parts got stuck inside the port itself, and now I just can't use that. And because of this, I have to use the 3.5mm green audio jack, and this is a standard pretty much headphone input, and luckily my TV has one of these outs, but it's not exactly that simple for me. Here you see the intricate splitting and piggybacking that I have to do with this, and it does leave a lot of wire coming out, and it's not exactly necessary, especially when the chair is labeled as wireless, but in my situation it is necessary for me, and it's also pretty convenient other than having to turn on the wireless thing over and over and turning it off. And you can actually see here that I haven't used this thing for a very long time, and that's because it has a lot of interference when you actually use it. It's very inconvenient. You have to use two AAA batteries. Who uses AAA batteries anymore? And the switches on it, it's just kind of tedious to have to turn it on and off every time you want to use a chair. There is a DC power input, but you need a special cable, and it costs an extra, I think, $15, and that's just overall inconvenient, and that's why I chose to use it wired. And as you can see here, I'm using the Xbox One, which is a HDMI device, and this works perfectly fine as long as your TV has outputs such as the red and white or the 3.5mm headphone output. Now over time the speakers have stayed up very well, the subwoofer still performs very well, and on camera it doesn't really pick up the sound as well as it does in person, but in person the bass is actually really good. And as well as the bass itself, the rumbler that comes inside the chair is more of just a sensation, and it doesn't actually improve the sound quality. And overall the rumbler, I never use it because it's that little bump right there in the fold of the seat, and I actually barely ever use that. So after a year of owning this chair, the chair has stood up to the test of time and the test of my butt cheeks, and overall I still love this chair, no matter how many small imperfections that I find. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.